Nageswa, most respected Sheikh Gumi. We are happy to be in your house today. In the entourage, as we have received earlier information to you, cewa za mu zo with shi babanmu Prophet El-Buba. Gashi nan muna tare da shi yanzu. A cikin tafiyan nan akwai manya-manyan mutane wanda suke members na IBBM Initiative for Better and Brighter Nigeria da kuma leadership na EBOMI, that is evangelism outfit din shi Prophet El-Buba shine Evangelical Bible Outreach Ministry International. We have here muna tare da Pastor Chidibere, muna tare da Pastor Reverend and so many other schools are here.
It's very unfortunate my study is very small for you people.
Yeah.
So whoever has to sit down must make himself available.
Yeah, they're fine. Okay.
Let them sit down.
So I am Dr. Polycarp Duncan,
Dr. Polycarp,
the regional coordinator.
Okay.
I present to you our father, Prophet El-Buba.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure for me to honor me by visiting me. We have met before, and it's very interesting to be with you.
It's a pleasure.
So I will listen to you now.
Right.
Okay.
It's a pleasure. We really want to. We really want to appreciate God Almighty for giving us this opportunity. First of all, to be alive, and then secondly, for us to be able to meet again and be able to share minds, especially the situations we found ourselves. I really want to commend you for standing out among the few, to speak the truth, not just to the leaders, but the truth also to the followers. And I think we've come to a stage in our lives. At this stage, God has privileged us to be able to see virtually everything. We've seen the good, we've seen the bad.
Yes.
And the highest duty that God has given us is to be able to help our people, to help the people. And that is the reason for why we share the gospel or the message, or during tafsir, we educate the people on how we can live righteously in this life and how we can be of benefit to one another, born in different areas, but of the same blood, flowing from the same Creator. And we have come to a stage where, as parents and grandparents now, we are privileged that our parents have been able to do theirs. It's ours now. And we have been privileged also to see our own grandchildren. With the situation of things in the country, is a thing where we will need to pull our minds together. Ya nezamu salvaging wanakasadna. It's a pain in our hearts. As long as we say we're going to leave these things in the hands of politicians who chigaba, then haka nizam chigaba. Haka lokaci mai zai zai kare ubangiji Allah ya kira mu mu bar yaran mu da jikokin mu with more problems. And a right thinking father will always desire to fix the wrong for his own children, so that they don't have to go through certain pains that they don't even know the origin. So I felt in my heart that looking at the whole scenario, and then looking back here in the north, I have traversed the whole country, and Gaskia, what is going on and Arewa is pathetic. Very, very, very pathetic. Wana ma amanchima batunkudu tukuna. Munang nanagida matukuna dua. The level of poverty in Zohakanan, it's mind-blowing. So how do we help our people? Things are degenerating the more. And we must salvage the country. We must save this country from what it is. And we realize that Kaimus Magana, they get offended. The next thing is they come after you. Or you try to say, let's go out this way, it will help us. Just like example, the Kabayar. They brought it daily on one of your, this thing. What we need basically, Anang Arewa, is education. Than any other thing. What our people basically need in order to be able to help ourselves up. So I thought that we Nigerians of good conscience, with the fear of God, will have to put our time, our talent together. Mozuna Tare, Moganienda, from the bottom of the pyramid. From the bottom of the pyramid, let's clean up our nation. Let's help to give direction to the followers that are innocent, being driven, and just being manipulated. And at this particular time, we must decide what type of leadership we want to see, what type of Nigeria we want to see. It's a great country, a blessed country. And so the only way we can do it is for us to join forces together with the right thinking people and then give direction to our country. It's not complicated matters, but politicians, because they are so selfish, so greedy, and all they will be thinking about is promises and the next election. So 5,000, 1 million shekanam. But that is not the issue. The issue is giving a constructive leadership, giving direction. We know that Allah Yabama, every one of us a privilege to live. You should be contented, but not greedy. And so I want to see a Nigeria again that is a new breed without greed. And so I told them, I said, Kaduna, if I'm coming, I will want to see briefly with you. And then I'm going around the whole country.
Very good.
I'm going around the whole country. By the grace of God, now down the Lagos, I had the meeting, the Southwestern, and Lagos, the stakeholders, and everybody, let's say 90%, COA is agitating for this thing that must be done. And by the grace of God, I'll move over to another state. And then on, I'm going through the whole country. And then let's be able to put our acts together. Muna de mutani, muna de followers. And if we can just get things right with the leaders, we will now be able to put Nigeria on the table. Muche Nigeria, ga yende za mu reconstruct unku. Ga yende za mu redirect unku. To the dan ubangiji Allah, dan talaka can rise to the highest point. You don't have to know anybody. As long as kana nan da tsoron ubangiji, kana da imani, you have the knowledge, you have whatever. Kai kuma baka je makaranta ba, there is a constructive facility da zai saka ma family ma ya zama abu nagari. And so this is the reason why I had to pay this courtesy visit, for us to just share mine and for you to also know, by the grace of God, what your brother is doing across the country to be able to help out this time that we're in. Thank you so much.
So nobody will speak except?
Yeah.
Nobody speaks, yeah? Okay, first and foremost, after my praise and thanks to God that has brought us together, and also thanking you for honoring me to visit me here. I'm truly pleased, happy that there are still people in Nigeria who reason and who have not given up on the situation the country has reached now, and they see light in the end of the tunnel, and are optimistic about the situation. This is another things of happiness for us all. Things are, as much as they are terrible and bad, but there are people who are thinking or trying to see how we can get out of this quagmire. And we want to assure you and the people that will cooperate with your movement that we are having the same vision about getting the right purposeful leadership that is competent, leadership that is focused, leadership that is all embracing. Just like a hen, when it sees a hawk, all her children will go under her wings. This is the leader we Nigerian is. And we are on the same page with you on that, everything. So I see a future for Nigeria, really. But our problem have to be understood by the person who wants to doctor and manage this case. Nigeria is now seriously divided on all the major differences people have. The polarization is more. But there is another element which, unfortunately, this regime catalyzed its polarization to the extreme. That is this class struggle. Class struggle. Yes, we used to have religious tensions. We used to have tribal, ethnic tensions. But Nigerians hardly fight on class basis. In the north, Alhaji Aminu Kano established a party, PRP, which is still around. Their main theme is the issue of the class difference between the Talaka and the ruling class. But it has not really penetrated the north to the extent that there is that division. But now what brought the division is the abject poverty which you have indicated. The poor, downtrodden, now has an anger, has against the society. A lot of these kidnappings you see, a lot of this increase in years of crimes you see are directly related to the poverty which the nation was subjected to artificially. It's not a natural depression, it's an artificial economic mismanagement, economic incompetency, and also cowardice of the whole political class. This political class, as you said, let me use a recent political statement too. This political class, you see, is a necessary evil.
That's right.
It's a necessary evil because you cannot change these people without having the political class. Impossible. They are the ones that are dividing the polity. So whatever steps you will take forward, if you don't have the political class or political clout or political movement behind you, it's going to be destroyed by this same political. Why? Because ignorance, education, or half semi-education is so prevalent. I can say 90%. Even the politicians are not educated to the level that Nigeria needs. If you have a pilot that is trained to fly a propeller
Aircraft.
Then you're bringing a computerized 747 and telling him to drive it. Why? Because he drove
the propeller.
Then there's going to be an accident.
That's right.
And this is the accident we're having. The crop of the political leaders completely are not educated and competent enough to deal with the Nigerian problem. It needs a lot of education, dedication, and compromise. Compromise. We need a leader that has a wide heart that can absorb and see a foe and a friend the same.
That's right. That's
This is a
right.
leader that can move Nigeria forward. Because looking at the good ideas that will work, it's not looking at who says,
That's
or
right.
what is he saying. No, what is the idea that needs to be done? This leader can move Nigeria very easily forward. We have nations that are more diverse than us, many nations. But yes, they are doing it. India, look at it. How many languages they have in India? How many religions they have in India? But they are still progressing. So I don't lose hope. And this is a dark cloud that's passing through, and it's very soon. I pray God, inshallah, it will clear, and it will give Nigerians the field to start doing what is right. And when they see people speaking, they're not speaking out of ignorance, you know.
That's right.
The problem we had is compounded. You see, is the what do you call it? Jonathan Buhari toggle over power since 2011.
11.
That is it's a black cloud, dark one that is passing through Nigeria. I just saw it. Jonathan and Buhari, the two of them, are not good for Nigeria. They are not good for Nigeria. So when we are telling Jonathan, look, step down and give somebody,
That's right.
he thinks, okay, a northern Muslim is attacking him. But he should have thought then, this same northern Muslim is saying, Buhari too, Nigeria is different for you, you cannot do it. Instead of correcting it, you make it worse. For many reasons. You're not qualified, you're not competent enough to deal with Nigerian problems. This is just it. One that can deal with Nigerian problems is somebody, besides being very smart, he should be able to attract smart people, not drive them away. As we are sitting down with you here, it is not you that should be coming here and speaking with us. We should be having a minister. Where is his ministers? Let's speak with the ministers. No, everybody's there thinking about contracts. Contracts, when this ship is sinking, people are dying, people are kidnapped. Even if you are sick, there's another kidnap people don't know about. And I went through it. Very unfortunate in this region. It's the hospital kidnapping. Yes. They kidnap you in the hospital. Simple thing, if they do an operation for you. So imagine somebody on the imaginary 30,000
Wage.
Imagine he's on it, and his wife is pregnant, needs a cesarean section, which will cost 100 to 120, 150 in the most dilapidated hospital. How can he pay? He will become a medically kidnapped victim. Kidnapped everywhere. We're all kidnapped. I lost a daughter too, just some few months back, virtually from this kind of kidnap. Virtually. When their children are sick, all of them, where do they go? They're in Europe. They don't have sense at all. They don't have. Just after the position, after I'm riding jets, I'm doing this, I'm flying there, I'm flying. Look, I want a president, when he comes, he won't go anywhere.
That's right.
What will you learn? If you want, Google is there in your hand.
Right.
Google it. He doesn't need to go.
He
Where?
He doesn't need to.
Where? And if you are serious with Nigeria, they come to you. The Japanese will be there waiting. The Chinese will be there. The Americans will be there. They come to you. Don't go to them.
That's right.
So why are you going around just to get extra code and spending people's money, wasting time when we have no time? This is what I'm talking about. I've started talking about this before anything. I'm telling you. My voice is small there, but I don't belittle it. I just reading a proverb. They said, If you think little things don't matter, you have never slept with a mosquito in the night. So I thank your courage. I will support you to go around the nation, bring people together, but please speak with the politicians. Don't avoid them, because whatever soup you cook, they'll come and pour sand in it. They are very crafty in dividing people. That's all they know. So let's take them, speak with them, tell them they are expiring. Their commodity is becoming this expired drug. It's not working, it's not effective, it's not killing the germs, so we have to change the antibiotic. Yes, we have to change them. And be frank with them. The last election is the most painful thing I have seen in Nigeria. The last election. Why? Because it came under, look, 2015, till 2015 is the PDP that has been conducting election, and I was never satisfied with the elections conducted. Never, ever. I know it was always rigging and everything. 2015, I said, this time, I will make an effort. Elections should never, ever be rigged again. People should choose the leaders they want. Because choosing the leaders you want, one, if people have that power, nobody will give money, because if you give them money, they will choose the one. So who will waste his money? So 2015, we said, look, let's see. We sat down, draw a format, invited INEC, invited ANP, what do you call it, APC, invited PDP. Look, this is what we are going to do to try to minimize election rigging. So in the 2007, which was the last before this election, 2005, 15. 2015, closer to 2015 election came. We realized we are handicapped. Why? Because Nigerians are ignorant. Nigerians are ignorant. The Nigerians, the same people, can protect their votes without fight, without anything. Very easy with this modern technology. They can create another independent, truly independent electoral body. The Nigerians can do it. We see when there's an American election, they have what they call exit polls. After voting, you come and tell the newspapers, this is who I voted for. So they are trying to see the exit polls and the real polls. They have to come close together and many things. So 2015 election, we called INEC, we showed INEC, we saw INEC was not ready for a flawless election. One, they said bills have to be approved, so they cannot adopt any method which is not non-conventional. Then another government came. That's why it's more painful. That's why it's more painful. This government that came is coming with the mantra of change, mantra of anti-corruption, mantra of putting Nigeria on a straight path. And there is no way. And I've spoken with many of these leaders, political leaders. I told them, many, there's only one surest way beside education, mass education. The second one that can put Nigeria back on track is that when you have an election, no two people will argue. No two people will argue. Like now, if you have an election in France, will anybody come and say no?
No.
Or Turkey? Or even India? When the election is clean and neat, it will remove all political, what do you call it, corruption. Because nobody will, they are spending as a capital to have interest. But when you know that, when you spend your money, people have a system, they elect the one they want, you will not spend that money. But I expected 2019 election to be neat, clean, And I found it to be the worst election I have seen in my life in Nigeria.
That's right. That's right.
There's too much deception. Too much deception. Many people came to me from Borno, from Yobe, from Sokoto, from Katsina, from Kano. Officials of political parties, of both parties, came to me. Somebody came with a video. He said, 2015 election, this is how we did it. This is how we did it. Millions of votes you hear. It's just 1, 2, 3, 10, 100 people doing it. It's not people electing. He told me that 2019 is going to be exactly the same thing if we don't take some measures. And he told me he will see. He suggested some measures. I see that nobody is even interested. So when the results were announced, he told me, I told you. In people's houses, voters are. So, what is the card reader doing? How can you say you are fighting corruption? You spend billions of naira on card, and now you are not bringing the INEC chairman in front of a committee, a panel, to see and investigate with experts. You are riding on corruption to come back and perpetuate corruption and cause serious economic damage that we may take 40 years to correct. That's what's painful. And it's a northerner. And it's mostly the northerners ruling. And the annex is a northerner. And I'm a northerner, that's why maybe, and you are a northerner, that's why we should feel the pain more.
That's right. That's right.
We should produce better than that. We should do better. We should show honesty. A government that is talking about corruption, a northern governor was seen caught red-handed, stocking dollars, not even naira, in his pocket. And this is suppressed. The government that is saying anti-corruption, a northern governor again. What does the North want to show the nation? What does the North want to show the nation? A bad example? I foresaw all these things, and it's unfortunate. So the best thing is, people now, after feeling the pain, they are understanding. People are understanding. After feeling the pain of incompetency and the greed. Another thing, all what the northern politicians did is in collaboration with bad elements of southern politicians. Politics in the south has been a one-man affair. Politics in the south has been selfish interest. So they want to capitalize on the teeming mass of ignorant, poor people of the north. Teeming, ignorant, poor masses of the north. They want, the southern politicians want to use to ride it to power. They want to use that population and ride it to power just for their own selfish reasons. They don't look at the intricacies and the complication of Nigerian society. So what is the best thing for this? Okay, this Talaka, ignorant, poor, northern man, who's their imam? Who will tell them, sit down and sit down, rise up and rise up? They're just looking for his imam, their imam. Huh? Once they get the imam, come and negotiate with him. The way the white did the neo-colonization of northern Nigeria is through the emirs. First they changed the sultan. They made somebody who doesn't know even Arabic as the sultan of the Muslims. The white man came and they come and dictate to him, and he dictates to the masses. So they want usually somebody who controls the masses, then they control him. This is the southern politicians I'm talking about. The southwest and the southeast politicians. They have done damage to Nigeria just because of their selfish interests, and none of them, I'm telling you, I will stand up, none of them will be a president in Nigeria. None of them. Because they know what is right for Nigeria, but they did the wrong thing. None of them will come to the north and campaign and win an election in the north. Just capitalizing on ignorance. People in the north, they are ignorant. I'm not saying all. We may have one of the best educated people in the nation, the best. In all spheres of work, in medicine, in engineering, in business, yes, we have, but the teeming masses, they are left for a long time without any education or formal education, without any source of sustainable income. They reacted. But they don't have a leader to show them, look, this is the best way and this is the right way. They just want people who ride on them, get their votes, and then do what they want. But now, with what we have seen, we have suffered. People are ready to listen. I'm from Zamfara State. In Zamfara State, it was daily killings. Daily. Displaced people. Nobody was helping them for a long time. You could see a new man just came, and he came by accident. By accident. God answered prayer and said, okay, let me pity these people. By accident, just one man. It's an issue of knowing the right thing. He's able to relatively pacify and put structures to help people from dying, to be massacred. Leadership. It's an example of leadership. People who are concerned with the masses, not just who want masses votes. So all the southern politicians that have been part and parcel of this administration, I put the blame and the blood of hands in their hands. For supporting incompetency.
Absolutely.
For their unselfish political reasons, which they will never achieve, inshallah. So Nigeria is a new page of new people. People who have this nation at heart, people who will come truly, honestly, bring out the masses from this situation we have, people who unite us and do the right thing. As for religion, we have differences in religion, really. Even within a religion, you have differences within a religion. You have sects within religion. Let's talk about Christianity. Christianity is not one thing. So like Muslims. Even the Prophet of Islam is saying, if the Jews would divide 71, the Christian will be 72, and the Muslims will be 73. You have more division among Muslims than the Christians, and more in Christians than the Jews. So if you look at even Israel, the Jews are relatively, yes, they have differences, but they are relatively more than the Christians. And the Muslims, were. Don't just speak about it. Differences of idea, differences of interpretation, differences of everything. So religion per se, now, I'm so sick. Religion per se now cannot be the yardstick of building a nation. Why I say this? Why I say this? Because if you say, okay, if it is religion, then whose religion? Because even in the same persuasion, you have differences of interpretation. And if you said you take one, then instead of curing the problem, you create more problem. So we on our own side Muslims, God has given us, He said, Lakum dinukum waliyadi. Everybody to his own religion. We have points of congruence where we meet, and there are points where we diverge. So where we meet, we cooperate in it. Where we diverge, everybody holds his own. For Muslims, as for the Ahlul Kitab, means the Jews and the Christians, Muslims are told to stay in peace with them, to engage in marital trade relationship and stay with them. It's not that kill them until they Muslim. No, never. That's why I say there's no compulsion in religion. But now time has changed. The Christians have to understand in Nigeria, the Christians, this is a message to the Christians. Part of the problem now we are having in the north, part of it is contributed, very unfortunately, by our Christian citizens. How? You may ask me. The people now kidnapping and killing, when they ask them, the Fulani especially, read the simplest prayer every Muslim should know, like Fatiha. Read it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. This prayer is to God. Show me the right way. Put me among the righteous. Don't put me among those people who have gone astray. Speaking to God 5 times a day. He doesn't even cannot recite it. He will be on drugs. Why I brought this is that our Christian citizens should understand that Muslims should be empowered to teach their teeming masses the basis of Islamic religion. We're not saying everybody should be an imam, no. Because where religion comes in nation building, where it comes, not the main, where it comes, it moral teachings. It pacifies people. Like in Islam, killing. The hadith of the Prophet ﷺ said, the hadith which people, Muslims say canonical law in whoever kills a non-Muslim under treaty, covenant with him, this person will not smell the fragrance of paradise. Meaning, any person who is not a Muslim and is having a treaty with Muslims. If you look at Nigeria as a nation, it's under a treaty. Where is that treaty? Is the constitution. So no Muslim in Nigeria should kill anybody in Nigeria. No Muslim in Nigeria should kill anybody in Ghana, because between Ghana and Nigeria there is ECOWAS. No Muslims should kill anybody of United States, because there is United Nations Charter. The whole treaties, these treaties, Islam is so specific about them that you should always respect the treaty. So there is no question about Islam, a Muslim using Islam to kill anybody. No, because you are under treaty and obligation that you stay peace. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu awfu bil uqud. All you who believe, always fulfill your obligations and treaties. This is a verse of the Quran. So we are living in a modern time whereby if you allow us to teach these people religion, they will be good neighbors. If you have a neighbor Muslim who is a good Muslim, he prays 5 times, he doesn't drink, he will not chase your daughter or even your wife. Or do you prefer one who drinks and when you are away he is doing all these things? The Christians should think about that. They should allow Muslims to basically educate Muslims. This Boko Haram issue could have been erased with education. The Fulanis with education. This stealing you see with education. This drug addicts. Islam is intoxication is haram. We don't even take wine because of the intoxication effect. Not because of the wine, but because of the brain. So Christians in Nigeria should understand that, look, allow the Muslims. There's something basic about Islam everybody has to know. But if you say no, then you can't control these people. We have seen this in Saudi Arabia. Let me tell you, I studied medicine in ABU's area, and we have professors who are Christians, many, Many of them are working in Saudi Arabia, where there's this Sharia law. Nobody, no Saudi, in the history of Saudi Arabia, no Saudi attacked a foreigner because it's a Christian. Go to Jeddah and see them. They enjoy all the facilities, all the peace, all the luxury. They enjoy it. Because the basic Saudi citizen is taught about his religion. But we, no. So Christians should understand that we should put effort to educate them. Basics of education, of religion. And we in Arabic call it ma'lum min ad-din bil-darura. There's things you just have to know about religion. Sanctity of life. The sanctity of people's wealth. So if you don't teach them, they take drugs, they kill, and so we don't want this issue that, look, government should not put her hand in trying to educate people about their religion. Let them do it for the Muslims and the Christians. The same thing Muslims. A Christian who is a good church goer, a Christian who is abiding by the rules of Christianity, will be a very good neighbor. Rather than the one that drinks, smokes, and chases your daughter. So religion and the moral aspect and the ethnic aspect could come in. I think this should be a part of your message that, look, let's understand. This Boko Haram, we can deal with them religiously and materially. So this is how we use religion to bring peace, tranquility in this nation. Sorry, you didn't come here for a lecture. I am excited by his courage. I'm excited by his courage, by his apparent dedication and love of the people of life. I'm really, you have motivated and inspired me. Sorry. I brought tea, but I thought I'm bringing it for two of us. So you don't mind if two of us drink tea and you are looking at us?
That will amount to selfishness.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sheikh.
Thank you.
I think basically these are the 2 points that we are all in together. We know that the whole issue, number one of the greatest enemies we have is religion. Let me use the word. The misconception
About religion. Yes.
Which I am saying in all my, this thing, look here, let's take this misconception out. Let's follow the construction of the righteous position of what God has given us.
Yes.
And God has given us a platform for us to be able to serve Him. If I come to the point of want to know certain things, it's something we share. It's in the part of knowledge.
Yes.
You share together. At the point of disagreement, we now look at certain truths and then hold it to ourselves. All right. But the truth is that the political class will need an overhaul. Kumayan, the way I have seen it, we will have to, you made a statement, and this is one of the things that I'm trusting that God will help us to do. It's to be able to see the masses themselves. We have an alternative platform massively that we know we are 30 million people in one data deciding what type of leaders do we want to have. If there is fairness, okay, I developed the blueprint. When the president wanted to have a talk, I said, no, I'm not responding. All I am asking you is to be fair. One thing with us in the north, if it is not the degeneration of things, we don't have the nature of injustice.
You don't have it.
Our nature naturally
It's fairness.
is fairness and goodness. And that is the reason why in those early days, you will enter to the more remotest village. You will find every tribe, every language living together with us. But suddenly these elites have come to use these things to break the whole link. So what we're saying, it's like the issue of the Boko Haram and the Almajiris that we're having mass of them. Now I said, come on. Let's create an educational system. Let's create a farming system. When we will have not educated illiterate Malams, but educated Malams who understand the script and understand the hadiths well. Get them in a community. Build a community, farm, certain structures, put these almajiris all in there. Educate them properly. In the next 1 year, locked up Sunagwana, Sunazua class, and they are getting the right teaching. What will happen? In the next 4 years, we will have a new breed.
Completely new breed.
A new
A new
breed.
face for the nation.
But then you are having these people walking on the street with illiterate people who are teaching them. And then these politicians, like you said, are pumping money to some few of these places for their own selfish. They just want to continue to have slaves sneak away. And we're saying no. Northerners have suffered enough. You transverse, just take a trip between Kano and Saminaka. Zake Kuka, you will weep. And think that with the billionaires and what have you that you have in Kano, and yet the poverty level is smelling to your nose.
One is more aggravated in such cities.
So what we're saying is, let's be able to pull together where we will heal our country. If, let's say, take it in fairness, Ubangiji, God gave us the son. He gave us the son equal. To the one that is a Buddhist, to the one that is a Muslim, to the one that is a Christian, to the one that is a Hindu. God gave us this one son. Today the rain is going to fall. The rain does not say, okay, rain in the Soka, it will drop in the house of Sheikh Gumi and it will drop in the house of El-Buba. The rain comes down to everybody. Kash gagwana ke noma, koke musulme, koke Christian, koke Buddhist. You farm and plant, you will get the harvest. God is fair to all of us. And we are his own product. We should be fair. In the same house, we have 2 sheikhs. We have 2 pastors. We are enjoying our lives. No conflict, no disagreement. That is what it is in my father's house, El-Buba, today. So why should it be? It's just because, like you said, illiterates we are having as literates. And we, the people who understand it now, will have to take leadership. We have to take the role of putting our people together. You know, our people are like sheep without shepherds. And so they come to manipulate their way. And so we need to help our people. That's why, by the grace of God, I give you an example. It's not that I subscribe to everything that Al-Zazaki does. It's not that I subscribe to everything. But like I confronted the government, you have no right to incarcerate somebody like that. Go to Tabashi, bail. Respect the injunction. That's number 1. Number 2, when these people were attacked, they never took arms. So para being places and destroying. They are moving on a protest. Peaceful protest. Release our leader. Now, these people have gone through all of that. Would you not listen to them? No matter how terrible you are as a father, they are crying. The natural thing is discuss with them. You can do the highest thing. Put him in the house arrest. And then call the leaders of Shiites. Kungani, it's your country. We don't have to destroy it. Certain laws you have taken into your hands, do it this way. Do it this way. And they will be willing. You will pass sense. In sort of destruction, you construct. And that was what I said. When Yusuf was doing what he was doing, I said, look. Call Yusuf. Call Yusuf and his followers. Azona, I am Agana. Because there is a level of understanding. And everything is about leadership. But then it was corrupted.
Yes.
So we, the Nigerian people, by the grace of God, men of conscience, that God has given us also the heart of the people, the respect. Because by the grace of God, they saw that we refused to show our hands. If you listen to my video, was it 2014 or 2013? 2013. 2013. It was televised live on NTA. I told Jonathan, number one, if you don't root out corruption, number two, and be fair on what, God will take that seat from you. And he has come to, when I was commissioning the prayer temple, I said this on live television, broadcast on NTA. Because God is a God of justice. Throne no Ubangiji is justice. There is nothing like, and you're doing what is wrong, then you back the person. No. It's time we'll begin to stand on the path of truth.
Really.
The path of truth is the path of truth. This blood, Yanzu Sheikh, if assuming I have any deficiency, you're a doctor, I have any blood deficiency, akache ana neman transfusion. Gene in the to be transfused into my system. It won't ask gene wanene de inani. Because one common denominator of humanity is blood. And whether you're a white, you're a black, you're a brown, is one blood. So what it is for Sheikh should be given to Sheikh. What is meant for me should be given to me equally. You realize that justice will play out itself. So this is the reason why we trust Ubangiji. But Allah, we should be able to reclaim our country. We should be able to restore certain values. We should be able to see to the rebuilding of our country. I refuse sitting down. I said, shall we continue to watch this thing? I know we've spoken. I know they are threatened with our position in terms of what we say. But how do we really pull these things from the hands of these people? And so on that, that's why I choose to make this sacrifice to come and for us to share minds on the same page and also to be able to see what we can build in a common front by the grace of God. So by the grace of God, you will hear more. And then we'll be able to also have more interactive sessions.
More interactions and more
sittings. More sittings and discussion.
Chart a course. But we have to emphasize whatever we do, we have to do it within the confines of law. We are not calling for any, what do you call it? We are not calling for a revolution or violent change of government or anything. We want to change Nigerians and their direction so that we build a nation on peace, unity, and tranquility. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure for me. Thank you very much. And I thank all of you for this honor you have of coming here. But unfortunately, I said I cannot share my tea with everybody. so you give us 5 minutes for my guests to drink my tea.
Please, in the absence of anything at this juncture, the press and all the other dignitaries that are here, please will move out and allow the two fathers here in the house to have a final meeting. But before you leave, please, those who cameras, we want them to stand up and shake their hands and snap. We want them to please stand up and shake their hands together, you snap. This is a monumental picture that is going to go places in Nigeria. This is going to be a point of reference. Are we together? If anybody who is also posting anything, use this picture to post. Don't just put any picture. Use this picture to post what has been said, and please quote them correctly.
That's very important.
Thank you very much.
And avoid sensations.
That's right.
Yes. Don't
You
be
know why you should
sentimental.
avoid sensations?
Yes, exactly.
You can have your good stuff, when the sensation is, when the topic is sensational, then the value is lost. It's lost by anger or happiness.
Okay, so please, everybody go out. The Hausa speaking.
Everyone else.
So you could not admit